Hey, what's happening, everybody? Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. I think Hanukkah's over. Happy holidays. Happy Saturday. Happy everything to you guys. It's 3:30 a.m. here, Christmas morning, here on the East Coast in Connecticut. And I'm Daryl. All right, if it's 3:30 in the morning, I got something I'm ready and raring to talk about. Okay. Donald Trump. Much to the chagrin, much to the angst, the trepidation of right-wing MAGAs, Trump supporters, much to their angst, Donald Trump is doing, in my opinion, the first good thing that I've ever seen him do. First honest, beneficial thing for the American people. He's talking up the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine. And like I said, it's interesting. Candace Owens, this is the big one I want to talk about today. Candace Owens is made a video, it's going to be down below, where she's actually making excuses for him. She is, I'll get into it more in a second. And then I want to talk about the Trump Grill in New York City. So there's a video down below where there's about 5 or 6, I gotta laugh, Trump supporters holding their signs up and everything. They're unvaccinated, and they are entitled to go wherever they want and spread disease and mayhem wherever they want to go, because this is America. They can do and say and infect anybody they want. It's in the Constitution. I got it right here. We the people. That's all they know. All right. Man, this is just hilarious. All right. So like I said, most of you probably seen this video already. I love this cop. All right. Okay. So if you haven't seen it, it's like I said, it'll be down below. About 5 Trump supporters in thick New York accents complaining because they can't get seated in Donald Trump's grill. Okay. So Donald Trump's he's talking up the vaccine, and he's laying down the mandates in his bar, in his restaurants, his grills, his golf courses. And Trump supporters are not happy with it. I'm just glad that Donald Trump, for the first time in his life, is doing something beneficial for the American people. All right, so one of these Trump supporters complains, because they're not going to let the cops saying you can't come in. The cops must have been called because they were raising a big brouhaha because, God forbid, the entitled people couldn't come and spread their disease and mayhem anywhere they wanted. And the cop is telling them, one of the Trump supporters says, but I made reservations. And the cop goes, look, that's not like a legally binding thing. He says it's not in the Constitution. It's not in the Constitution that if you make a restaurant reservation that it's, this is one of your rights. You have to be seated. It's freaking hilarious, man. And then this other Trump supporter says, well, can they prove that we're a danger to them? Obviously, they could test everybody, but these people don't want to be tested. I don't know what kind of proof they want. One of the other patrons being hospitalized and put on a ventilator, would that be proof for them down the line? It's nonsense. The entitlement is strong with these people. Okay, now this is the big one here. All right, so Trump was on Candace Owens. I don't know a whole lot about her, I'll be honest with you guys. And he was sitting down with her a couple days ago. And, man, he sounded like a good old Democrat, progressive liberal. This Donald Trump I'm talking about. Or just a good, concerned, honest American citizen for once. Candace Owens starts off the conversation by going, well, you developed the vaccine in record time. Oh, my Lord. She's praising Trump for, and Trump actually said that he himself, I developed the 3 vaccines in record time. Me, like he was in the lab with the test tubes. Can you freaking picture that? With the hair and, oh my God, big red tie getting caught on the Bunsen burners and everything. All right. But then Donald Trump goes, And okay, so Candace Owens says, you develop these vaccines, but now Joe Biden, in the last year, so many people, there's been a lot of fatalities from COVID in the last year, record number. And she tries to lay this on Joe Biden, even though sane, normal people saw how medically, scientifically this all went. The Delta variant killed my ex-girlfriend, my best friend. Yeah, most sane people realize what happened there. It wasn't Joe Biden and some nefarious deep state plot with Dr. Fauci working in the shadows. No, it's the way viruses work. They mutate. All right. So she tries to lay it on Biden, and Donald Trump cuts her off. He goes, no. And he lays it right back on the feet of the unvaccinated people. Donald Trump, blaming his own supporters, rightfully so, for all the death and mayhem in the last year, including my best friend and ex-girlfriend. I don't like to talk about her a lot, but she was an ardent Trump supporter, conservative, and she bought in to. I actually saw a post from her on Facebook about plandemic and all this other nonsense, and she's gone now. Okay, so here's the interesting part. Again, this link will be down below. Candace Owens came out just in the last day, today's Christmas, last 24 hours or so, and she makes like an apologist video for Donald Trump. She's apologizing. She's making an explanation video for trying to explain to his supporters that he's really not being, because anybody that supports the vaccine must be evil. That's what she's getting at here. And he doesn't have any nefarious ideas. Donald Trump hasn't switched sides. He hasn't gone to the dark side. He's still with us. And she says that he's just an old man. He's just an old man. Who's this sound like now? He doesn't. He was. She actually says this. He was born before TVs. He was born before the wheel. No, she doesn't. She doesn't say that. But she says his time was before TV and the internet. She says TV. When was TV developed? The 20s, 30, 20, early. Anyway, and she explains this way. She more or less says that Donald Trump doesn't go to the deep, dark corners of the internet, so he doesn't know what's going on. What's really going on here. Right there, she sounds like every flat earther I have ever heard. The mainstream, the sheep, the people that are in there walking, the sleepwalking people, they watch the mainstream, the lying mainstream media. They have no idea what's going on. They're spoon-fed these lies. You have to go to the deep, dark corners to find the truth, And let me make an analogy here. Say you wanted to explain to a child, to a 10-year-old. No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to do this wrong. Say you want to explain to somebody who just did not know, an alien. Say you want to explain to an alien how sex works, how love and sex, and how that works between a man and a woman, a husband and a wife. How the pregnancy, conception, the love, the closeness, all the basic parts of sex and love. Say you wanted to explain that to an alien. So instead of maybe going to, WebMD or any reliable Dr. Ruth, maybe. No. What if you directed him to the deepest, darkest corners of the porn websites? What if you did that? Right? Now, I've made videos before. I make a point of not watching that stuff, because before I was kind of cross addicted. When I was using pornography, I wasn't addicted to it, but it was a trigger for me to use, so I stay away from it. But I have seen, I'm curious just like anybody else, because I've seen articles and stuff that's going on now, as opposed to when I was younger. When I first found my first penthouse. And the stuff that's on the internet now, I don't want to get too caught up in this, the whole X-rated thing, but holy cow, the dangerous things they do with the human body. I'll just leave it at that. So you want to show this alien, so to give him an example of lovemaking and sex, you direct him to the deepest, darkest fetish porn website. Imagine what that alien would come away with, what he would come away believing, as far as, how you create a child. Can you freaking imagine that? All right, so anyway, Candace Owens. So she's making this apologetic video that Donald Trump, he's still a good guy. He's just too old to know better. Yeah, and this is the guy that wants to run against Joe Biden, who's supposedly too old. All right, I see I'm running long on time. You guys got to see the link, especially the Candace Owens ones, the Candace Owens apology one. I'll try to put that one first down below. You guys have a Merry Christmas.